I think I'm giving you the pink troll doll. Like, that's who would play her. Hello, hello, welcome to my video. If you're from my Instagram, I love you. If you're not from my Instagram, love you all the same. So, today I randomly came up with this look while talking about, I don't really know how to describe it, but basically we're going to be talking about beauty standards, being yourself, society, fashion, being plus size, all of these different social issues that were kind of bubbling up within me for weeks. So basically this is a rant. I'm standing on my soapbox for this video, but I think I was surprisingly coherent. Although I think you should be the judge of that, so here's the video. Okay, so first of all, we're gonna do a pink look. So apparently I'm gonna be doing a cut crease, and that means that I'm gonna be sketching out the shape that I want with a tiny detailed brush. Now, as far as what we're gonna talk about today, I was debating on whether or not I actually wanted to talk about this, but it's in my head, so really I just might as well. So I'm sorry if this isn't gonna be the most cohesive string of thoughts ever. I just still haven't finished formulating my, final thoughts on the subject, so you kind of get what you get. But today I am going to be talking about how we as a society love to tell people that they should be themselves, but we don't really mean it, and honestly we don't really accommodate for people to be themselves either. And I'm also going to be talking about how that relates to beauty and fashion. Now, obviously, when I say we as a society, I don't mean every single person in the world ever. If the shoe doesn't fit, obviously don't wear it. But I will say that I am part of the problem here because of reasons which I will discuss. And obviously the things that I'm going to be discussing today can happen and do happen to literally any human being, but I can only speak from my personal point of view, which is a woman's point of view, so that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. By the way, as you were able to see, I just took a magenta shade on a small detailed fluffy brush, and I just sort of thickened up that shape, and now I'm going to blend it out with a lighter color. So the things that I'm going to be discussing are not, new to the world in general, nor are they new to me. This is something that's been known, but it's an issue that every so often it gets reignited within me, and obviously something sparked it this time too, and I'm going to tell you what exactly sparked this debate in the first place. So I have a wedding to go to in June, and now immediately when I found this out, I decided that I wanted to wear a really nice dress to said wedding. And I am a plus size woman, and buying nice dresses has never been easy for me. And buying clothes in general, to be honest, has never been easy for me either. Although in my life, I will tell you that I have fluctuated between sizes, between maybe an M to maybe all the way up to a 2XL. So somewhere around that range, but literally no matter the size, it's never been easy for me, okay? Especially not now when I'm a little bit bigger and have sort of grown out of my high school body. So immediately, I decided that for me to be able to buy this dress, I will not, subject myself to in-store shopping, because in the past, that's never worked out great for me, because whatever happens in that store, I walk out and feel bad about myself and my body, and I just don't want to go through that. I'm not willing to put my body through that for literally no reason. So I immediately decided that in-store shopping is a no. Now, the reason why I think in-store shopping doesn't work for me personally, and I'm sure a lot of women had also had a similar experience, is that whenever I go into a store, the salespeople always try to get me to fit into clothes rather than getting clothes that fit me, And so obviously, if you're trying to squeeze into something that is clearly not your size, you end up feeling bad about yourself when really you just didn't have the correct size. But it's not all that simple. So now I'm blending the second shade out with an even lighter pink. But anyway, I decided that I was gonna buy this dress online. Now, in the country where I am currently, in Europe, certain online stores, you're able to buy certain brands that you're not able to get anywhere else other than online. So I said, you know what, let me give it a shot, and I'm gonna order from a few different online stores from this country and see how that works out for me. Now, the way that I order dresses online isn't just where I think I'm a certain size and then I buy that size and then whatever happens, happens. I really go in, okay? I measure myself, and then I consult the measuring and the sizing chart on the actual website to get as close as possible to the actual size that I am, so that, you know, hopefully I could keep the dress and not have to return it. And so that's exactly what I did, and I ordered from a few different online stores and a few different brands, and I had to return most of those dresses. They just didn't fit right. Either they didn't fit right or they didn't fit at all, period, even though I literally measured myself and I ordered the sizes that should fit. So then when that was a bust, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna order from certain online stores from the US and the UK, because obviously, for example, a European size extra large is not the same as a US extra large, which is also not the same as a UK extra large. So I just decided that I'm gonna order, you know, from a few different websites and then try to see which size I fit best, actually which size fits me best, and then get me a cute little dress for the wedding, and you know, I'd be all good, right? But obviously that whole debacle got me thinking that, first of all, I don't understand why in the year 2022 at this point we don't have some sort of universal sizing, not for me to literally be able to fit into a, for example, size M in one store or from one online retailer, and not even be able to fit a size extra large from a completely different store or a completely different retailer. I just think that's so bogus, but honestly that's a separate discussion for another day. So now I'm using the palest pink I could find to really buff out those edges, and then I'm just gonna go over all of the colors one more time. Okay, so I am cutting the crease now, but anyway, this whole situation got me thinking and wondering about two things. Number one is, why do we as people love to tell everybody else, you know, you should be yourself, everybody else is already taken, just do you, be yourself, and all of this stuff, and all of these, you know, essentially beautiful messages that I personally agree with, if we don't really mean that at all. Because it seems to me as though on Instagram, everybody loves to preach about positivity and, you know, uplifting each other and being yourself and not criticizing anybody. But when it comes down to it, on the flip side of that coin, that's not actually what happens. So when people do decide to be themselves, apparently it's the wrong way of being themselves because they get criticized anyway. So you can apply this to literally virtually anything. For example, it could be clothes. So if somebody wears literally whatever they want to wear, you know that they're gonna get comments like, oh, you shouldn't be wearing that, or oh, you look too fat in that, or oh, you look too thin in that, or whatever it is. Or makeup. So I have a lot of times gotten the comment that, oh, I don't need all of that makeup and you shouldn't wear so much makeup. And, you know, I've also gotten the comment when I don't actually wear any makeup that I should put a little bit of makeup on. So what people are saying essentially is, you know, wear makeup, but an amount that I like, not an amount that you're comfortable with, nor an amount that you want to wear, but wear something, but not nothing, but not too much. So I think that we as a society should collectively just stop saying, be yourself, if what we really mean is be yourself, but up to an extent that I and everybody else is comfortable with. If we're gonna continue to give people who genuinely are just trying to be themselves unsolicited advice about how exactly we think they should do that, we should just stop saying, oh, just be yourself, be yourself. And what we also love doing is, you know, emphasizing natural beauty on the internet and glorifying it in a way, but only as long as that natural beauty only looks one certain way. And I think we all know what I'm talking about, you know, what type of look I'm talking about. As soon as somebody is emphasizing their own natural beauty and has acne or hyperpigmentation or dark circles or anything else, then all of a sudden we really don't want natural beauty to be emphasized. So, I mean, I guess we should just make up our minds. Now, on the flip side of that already fickle coin, if somebody decides that they want to get plastic surgery or fillers or, you know, injectables of any kind, for whatever reason they decide to do so, we're not okay with that either. We ridicule them and then we say, oh, now you're plastic, we liked you more when you were the old you and da 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 and all of this. But when they were the old them, we ridiculed them because of their, for example, big nose, and then they got their nose done and now we ridicule them because they got their nose done. You see what I'm saying? Like, make it make sense. Now, I am here certainly not implying that everybody who has any type of work done is doing it for other people. In fact, if you are, I think that's not the solution. Everybody does whatever they want to do to themselves, for themselves, and it's not our business as to the specific reasons why a specific person decides to, I don't know, get Botox or get a nose job or, you know, just do anything else to their body because it's their body. But I am saying that it is funny how certain people find themselves to be entitled to comment on it before, during, after, and in all of the stages of that person's and any person's life. So the message here is that you will clearly be talked about for any reason, anyway, so just do whatever you want. If you want to get something done, go get something done for you. If you don't want to get anything done and you just want to be who you already are, then do that. Whatever you want to do it for you. People are going to talk anyway, and it seems like nobody can win. So now that that's done, I'm just doing a little bit of a white graphic liner here, but let's move on to part 2, which is that even if we meant what we said, we don't accommodate for people to be themselves. So even if we really meant, hey, be yourself, for example, wear whatever you want, people can't really wear whatever they want because we don't carry it in all sizes. And that's how it is for a lot of brands. Too many in the year 2022, to be honest. Now, this is also where I come in. This is where I am also part of the problem, because I've tried way too many times to, you know, fit myself into clothes and not really purchase clothes that fit me from different brands. So one way I'm going to personally try and be part of the solution versus the problem is that I am going to start incorporating more brands that obviously cater to me and my size, and they're just generally more inclusive, which I think is a good place to start, although it definitely will be difficult because, like I said, the country where I'm from, the clothes are just not big on inclusivity, and if there are certain boutiques or brands that do carry bigger sizes, they're literally things that nobody would ever wear. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. However, it's garments that cover me up from the tip top of my head to my little tippy toes, you know? And I, as a plus size person, I just don't want to be all covered up. I want to wear cute stuff too. So I think there's going to be a lot more ordering on the line, which if you guys would like, I can totally update you on my whole journey regarding this matter on my Instagram. Let me know if that's something that you're interested in. But yeah, that's where I'm at regarding that. Now, when it comes to beauty, I also have a few things to say, but you know, before I do that, as you can see, I'm just sketching out the rest of the shape I want for my eye and then filling in this outer wing. Okay, so I'm just blending out and buffing out the edges now. But when it comes to beauty and makeup, I just personally think that rules are so 2006. And when I say rules, I mean things that we've all heard at some point in our life. For example, if you're gonna do a bold eye, don't do a bold lip, or, you know, stuff like that, or just generally the proper way to do things, whatever that means. I personally don't do any of that. Like, if you hadn't been able to notice on my channel, I just do whatever I feel like at this point. If I feel like doing a bold eye with a bold lip, I do so. If I feel like doing, you know, just a very soft glam, I do that. I don't really care what's trendy or, you know, what other people are doing that much. Obviously, I am into the trends and I do like looking at all of that, and I think it's fun, but I don't do all of them. I don't feel like I need to. I just do kind of whatever I feel like in the moment, which is why I sometimes hop on a trend like 1,000 years later. So I just genuinely think that you should absolutely do you and do whatever you want to do, because at the end of the day, if you're doing it on yourself, by yourself, for yourself, you're gonna be the one who's gonna have to wear it. So just do whatever you feel like doing, you know? Now, that's not to say that you can never learn anything from anybody. You know, if you're into makeup and you like makeup and you wanna get better at it in general, just listen to the people that you admire, that you think are talented, and you know, try some of their techniques. Like, I've adopted a lot of different people's techniques that I now use daily, and I do a lot of my own ones too. But you know, branching out and seeing how other people do their makeup and listening to their advice can really get you lots of places. And you know, you can also just try everything once makeup wise. Just try a trend. If you don't like it, you don't have to do it ever again. Or try somebody else's way of applying or blending eyeshadow, and if you don't like it, you don't have to ever do it again, literally. But sometimes when you find a certain way of applying makeup that you like, it's literally life-changing. Take it from me. Okay, so listen, I'm gonna finish the rest of my eyes after I finish my base. It's a hooded eye thing. If you know, you know. So I'm starting off with primer, and then I'm gonna move on to foundation. But while we're here, I'd like to talk to you about, you know, buying makeup and where you purchase yours. Because I wanna say, in the last maybe year especially, I've tried to incorporate buying more independent makeup brands and, you know, small businesses, women-owned, and all of the other things that are important to me. And I discovered that, you know, I feel much better about it as I'm putting on a Maybelline foundation on my face, which is a giant conglomerate. But you know, it's a difficult switch, and I'm not saying that I'm one day going to be able to only ever use brands that are independent and not giant conglomerates and that are owned by people who I support and I like, because it's a tough switch. It's already so difficult to find a product that you like and that fits you anyway, but especially if you're from Europe and my part of Europe, we can't really get a lot of the brands that are available to a lot of the masses out here at all. For example, I order a lot of the brands that I love from third-party resellers like Beauty Bay, because, you know, a lot of the brands don't really ship to my area, and if they do, it's ungodly expensive. Like, budget mama. You'd have to have like RuPaul money to get that delivered to you and, you know, be able to eat for the next week. So I'm really unable to, you know, make a full switch and, you know, incorporate all of my products to be by businesses that I care about and by people I care about, but I'm trying to do it as much as I possibly can. So I mean, I think what we learned today is that even though we love to go society sucks, a lot of the times we are a part of that society. So if we want to see change, we should start within ourselves. And I know that I'm going to now proactively start being a part of the solution versus the problem. But I also think that we should all sort of look within ourselves and think about what we can do better to make this actually be a society that we want to be a part of, you know? But with that being said, I think here is a good place to leave you with one of my favorite quotes ever, which is, believe nothing, no matter where you read it or who says it, not even if I say it, unless it agrees with your own reason and your own common sense, girl. Okay, but that's it. I'm done. I'm stepping off my soapbox for the day. I've said everything I have to say. Now I'm just gonna finish this look, and then I need to literally run out the door because I am, once again, running late. Okay, so now I'm just patting my eye base in place and getting rid of all the little creases with a gentle patting motion. I'm really not moving this around. And on top of that, I'm applying my middle shade. Now I'm using a mix of two pink shimmery shades and applying that all over that matte shade. Now all that's left is for me to apply some last minute finishing touches, like highlighter in the inner corner and on the brow bone, and then I have to do the lips and I'm done. Now it's time. Woo! Look at that! That's what I wanted, baby! So I'm just adding a little bit of bubblegum pink lip gloss to tie in everything together. Okay, so this is the end of the look, which means that it's also the end of the video. So thank you so much for watching, and please consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!